Welcome to episode 3 of Meet the Coaches. I'm Holly Van Kuren, and I'm here with the new head coach of Queens Baseball, Ross Steedley. Coach, how's it going?
Holly, it's going well. I'm excited to be with you today and talking to you, and I'm excited to share about all things Queens and Queens baseball, and just humbled to be a part of things and excited to really get going once we can be around our guys and back on campus this fall.
Congratulations on your first head coaching position. The story is when you were 6 years old, you said you wanted to be a college head baseball coach. So this is literally a dream come true for you.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I tell people, I jokingly tell people that my first head coaching position was in high school when I was the Powder Puff team football head coach, and then I was the Marvin Ridge baseball JV head coach. But this is my first collegiate head coaching position, and it's true. I told my mom at a very young age that I wanted to be a college head coach, and here I am at 31 years old, getting a chance to lead the Queens baseball program. So it's come true, and back home. Excited to be home.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a warm welcome for you with friends, family in the area. Did you ever imagine landing a head coaching job in the city you played for and coached for?
Yes and no. I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say that I hadn't imagined or dreamed. You know, I've always wanted to be around family and friends and in the area. But also, I mean, I didn't imagine it to happen this way, or to happen during this time. But I'm not going to complain about it. That's for sure. I'm excited as I can be, and I'm looking forward to it.
You aren't the only new coach who's had to meet your team via Zoom, but not every sport has a baseball-sized roster either. So how have you managed to meet and interact with so many of your players online?
Yeah, it's true. I'm an in-person kind of guy. I'm a face-to-face interactor. So this has definitely been an interesting time for our team and coaches. The very first team meeting we had when everything happened with the coaching transition, got on the call with those guys, but essentially just been mainly trying to get to know them, introduce ourselves, introduce our coaching staff, and just see, you know, what they need, what it's been like in the past, what they expect, what they want for the future, and then let them know what our expectations and what we want to do going forward, but also still, you know, give them the freedom. We're not hounding them. We're not pounding and beating down the back of their neck. We're letting them still be college kids, enjoy their summer, play ball, have vacation. They got jobs. So it's been more so just trying to get to know them, start those relationships to where when we enter into the fall, we can really start to build our things the way we want to build them, in person and around each other. But it's been good so far.
And their season for everyone was ended so abruptly. You're stepping onto this young team who's working to make a name for themselves in the SAC, and then their season was cut short. So coming onto this program, what's been the team's center of conversation this offseason?
The team center of the conference is really just exciting for new opportunity, for a new direction, growth, and to make a statement. These guys are hungry. They want to be coached. They want to be pushed. They want to be challenged, and they feel like they have something to prove, which excites me and excites us as coaches, is that we know we've got a hungry group of guys that just, hey, man, these guys want to be coached. They want to be loved on. They want to be cared for. They want to be served, and they've got a lot of ability. Our job is to get it out of them. So I would say the message so far that we're receiving is they're ready to go. They're itching to get going, and we're excited to get around them, because that's a good mentality to have, as like I said, as coaches, when you can feel the sense of these guys are ready to prove something and they're willing to do whatever it takes, then we know we're in a good place.
The official season starts in the spring semester, so you'll have some time to see how the fall sports will adjust to any new health and safety guidelines. But what do you believe would be the most challenging adaptation for your team?
I'd say worst case scenario would be no fall practice, it would be the most challenging, not being able to go through a team phase to see and evaluate where we are as a team, not being able to go through individual development phase to develop guys individually, develop our team chemistry, our overall style of play from on and off the field, to weight room, to conditioning, to baseball activity. So I would say the biggest challenge would be that some sort of cancellation of fall practice, or simply, you know, restrictions of fall practice. Essentially, what are we going to be allowed to do in fall practice phase, and then so we can plan accordingly and build from there. And that's going to be the biggest hiccup that we'll have to deal with if and when that comes.
And then besides the virus, Coach, this is really a clean plate for you and the entire team. New field, new staff as well. What do you want people to know about the culture and future of Queens baseball?
Well, everybody uses culture. Culture is the buzzword, and essentially, culture is what your guys do day in, day out. And what I want people to know is we're going to be a hard-working group of guys that has the white-collar appearance with a blue-collar approach, and that we're going to value each day. We're going to make the most of each day, because what I'm going to tell these guys every day is they're going to be former players a lot longer than they are current players. I'm a testament to that. So we've got to make sure we value each day and each opportunity, because you only get to do this once, and for such a short amount of time, it flies by. And so the culture is of hard work. It's of chasing something great and learning daily discipline, daily values, perseverance, passion, persistence, chasing excellence, and approaching each day with energy and enthusiasm, to where when people come to watch and then know about Queens baseball, they ultimately know, like, those guys do things the right way on and off the field. And they cherish each opportunity, and they love doing what they get to do. What they do, this is not a have to; they get to do it. And that's ultimately what I want people to know, is that we're going to work really hard and go after everything we can. And if we fail doing it, we fail full speed. But we're not going to have any regrets, because that's how we want to live, and that's how we want to play. We want to be wide open.
Coach, finally, before we go, I have to ask, what has been your quarantine necessity?
Quarantine necessity, in terms of something like that I need each day to get through this stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh man. Well, I'm a big reader. I love to read books, so I make sure I schedule time each day to read. I'd be lying if I say I didn't learn to become an expert napper. I've studied and read. I've got free time more than ever. We're normally out recruiting and everything during the summer, but I wouldn't be lying. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't learned how to nap a little bit, which I've never done. But so I would say my quarantine necessities have been to make sure I still stick to my daily routine of working out and eating, and getting work done, but also making sure that I get my book reading done and find some time to get a nap in so I can rest and recover. So yeah, I would say that nothing too crazy, just those things right there, and hit the golf ball around when I can each time.
There you go. Got to rest up before the season.
Yes, I got to be well rested for when our guys get back, so we can be ready to go.
Thanks so much, Coach Steedley. Best of luck to you, and we look forward to seeing Queens baseball take the field.
Thank you, Holly, very much. Thank you, guys. Go Queens baseball.